Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Today is an extremely special day. First of all, although it's Monday, before noon I'm done with all of my business stuff, all of my emails, so I can spend the entire day going to the studio making music. And the second very special thing is exactly 8 years ago, I've signed my very first label release. It was a progressive house, trance kind of track. And this really reminds me how I actually got into producing electronic dance music, how I advanced over the years and fortunately ended up at this point where I'm making music full-time for a living. So let's actually head over to the studio and talk about how actually to do it, how I did it, how you can do it, how to start producing electronic music, what you need, what you can expect in the future, how hard it actually is, and how to turn your hobby, your passion, into something that could one day make a living for you. It's not easy, I can tell you that right away, but now let's just go.
Come to the feeling I'm losing all control. Don't wanna be myself tonight.
So yeah, welcome to the studio. It's freezing outside. I can't even describe how cold it is. But anyways, you're not here to know what the weather is like in Germany. You're here to know more about music production. So let's start with the expectations, because that's what I think most people that want to start making electronic music get totally wrong. First, I think it's obvious if you're doing music, if you're DJing, getting into EDM for the fame, for the money, for the girls, the private jets, you're doing it wrong. Because these things are very, very unlikely to happen to you. This would be like telling your parents, hey guys, I stopped with school, I stopped with university, I will now be a professional lottery player, which just doesn't make any sense because it's totally up to luck and you can play it for the rest of your life and the life of your kids and just never really have the chance to actually win. The chances are extremely slim. Yes, every once in a while someone just releases a track and has a huge hit and gets gigs and everything, but this is very, very unlikely. And even those people that have this happening to them, actually what a lot of people don't know, there are countless of years before that where they struggle, where they work really hard, that someone blows up out of really nothing, thin air, doesn't actually happen. Even people that are 15, 16 years old and release a song on Spinning, at least like 3-4 years before that, they already started working, learning how to produce, got a manager, maybe a mentor, maybe Tiesto or someone else giving them a shortcut, but still at least a couple of years. If your main goal is to turn your hobby, DJing, producing into your full-time career and make a normal living, a normal income, that's definitely possible. I would even go so far to say it's possible for everyone, definitely. You just have to put the hours into it. You just have to fight through the struggle, be better than everyone else, never give up, and just give 100% every single day. Have a tiny bit of luck, meeting the right people, getting in contact, and delivering the entire package, meaning making good music, knowing the right people, doing the right stuff at the right time, do all of your social media accordingly so that people know about you, and everything together is like the package that makes an artist that can make this for a living. And as Light Big Luke said in the video that I did with him last week, it can take up to 10 years just to learn your craft. If you haven't watched the entire video, I will link it up at the very end. If you're interested, just go watch it. It's really good. And I don't want to be too negative, but if you're following this channel already for quite some while, you know how much work you have to put into it to just get a tiny bit into the right direction. Like a year ago, no, less than a year ago, half year ago, I was completely broke. This had to do with my management doing weird stuff, but that's another story. I just kept on doing what I do best, making music, releasing it, built up my own label and everything around me so that I'm now pretty confident that everything is heading into the right direction. Still very, very, very far away from the private jets, but at least I'm doing what I love on a daily basis. I think that's the most fulfilling, and that's actually what you should aim for. So before we get into the technical side, the things that you will actually need to make electronic music, and the first steps business kind of related, to connect to the right people, get your song out there, get it released, and have a chance to get noticed by other people, by labels, by managers, and also building up a fan base, I actually have to work. As I said, I already did all of my emails, so I can fully concentrate on just making music. I think I will just start with a new song, like a draft, and see how far I can actually take it in just one day.
Turn it up, turn it out, feel the high, feel it now, we're running.
All done with work, so let's get into the technical side of things. If you want to start out making music, now that you know what you can expect and how hard it is, you will definitely need a computer. I mean, that's kind of obvious for electronic dance music. Definitely need studio speakers. For beginners, I can't recommend the Yamaha HS8M. These are the EDMs, the older ones. I can't recommend them enough. They're really, really good. These right here are more specialized. They just cover kind of the vocal range. These kind of speakers, don't even think about making music on these. And headphones. Yes, I know a lot of people make music on headphones, but I don't know. I can't recommend it. It's not the same. You have to listen to a stereo pair of speakers to actually really be able to mix. With headphones, it's always a little awkward, and I at least don't get the same results. You will need a DAW, digital audio workstation. It's basically the program you make your music with, and you can have a lot of third-party plugins installed into it to do even more advanced stuff. But usually every DAW comes with enough plugins, synthesizer, drum machines that you can actually start making music. Even GarageBand is kind of capable of making music, at least like the first steps on actually seeing and testing out for yourself if you like this entire process. It's extremely nerdy. When you start out, you're overwhelmed with options. Over the years, it gets easier. But even now for me, after releasing songs for 8 years, and I started training to produce 2 or 3 years earlier already, so more than 10 years, I still struggle with every single release. I still struggle to get the bass all right, to get the right kicks, to just make a song that kind of works. I still have the same struggles as I had years ago, but I learned how to solve these things and how to keep on working on a song and actually finish it. If you're watching this and you're someone that wants to get into making electronic music, I got a little surprise for you. I'm doing a giveaway of a DAW. It's FL Studio. It works on Windows and very soon also on Mac. They approached me and yeah, gave me this copy for free. I won't need it because I'm working with Logic on my Mac, and there is no way I'm switching because, as I said, doing it for 10 years with a DAW, stick to the DAW you just start out with. Switching just takes too much effort and time to relearn everything. So one copy of FL Studio for free for you. All you will have to do is just subscribe to this channel and maybe, I don't know, hashtag, let's keep it simple, hashtag FL Studio. And I will pick a winner at the end of the week. I also got another giveaway coming up, but more on that really soon. Now that you know about the expectations and the technical stuff you will need to start getting into electronic dance music, then there's like the third part, how to grow as an artist, how to do it fast, efficient, how to get your music out there and getting it heard by other people. I did plenty of videos about the promotional kind of side of things, but the shortcuts are definitely trying to have a mentor, a big DJ that helps you to connect, spread the word about your music. Another approach is contacting big Spotify playlist owners, big labels, big YouTube channels, SoundCloud channels that will just multiply your music and share it with a ton of people. That's one of the best ways to getting known. Then of course also playing gigs is another way to connect, building up a fan base, and just do it steady over time, as I said in the beginning, and everyone will tell you that it just takes a ton of time. It's like, I don't know, starting with a computer game. For example, now I'm playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. You start out as this young kid with nothing, and over the time you get kind of better equipment, you're more experienced, you know how to fight, how to do everything, where everything is. Same with basically everything in life. You just have to motivate yourself to keep on doing that and actually never give up, because the second you give up, everything you did before that is kind of gone and it's for nothing. That was always the most motivational thing for me that kept me from quitting making music. And the hardest part is actually like the start, initially just deciding to do it. But the even bigger step is, I think, when you did it for 2 or 3 years and your music comes to a point where it's good enough that you could release it, or maybe even think about doing it for a living, then actually to get through that phase. Because usually you're then out of school, out of university, you have to pay your own rent, you have to pay for your food, and still make music, have a side job. So that's usually the phase where people struggle the most and most people start quitting. If you get over that and kind of everything starts to work for you, it gets again a lot easier. But then reaching the top and the private jet and everything is a whole nother story. I can't even tell you how it's done because I honestly don't know. But I promise you, if I ever get there, I will definitely share the secrets with you. Let me know in which phase you are in. Is it a hobby? Are you in this really tough phase where you're trying to kind of make it work and every day you're asking yourself, should I quit or should I continue? Or are you at the more comfortable spot where things are kind of starting to work for you? If you're in that middle phase, I'm really sorry for you. It's hard, but try to get through it. The reward is fun. So before I leave, let me just talk really briefly about the most important thing. A lot of people always say your surrounding family and friends, and yes, they are important. They can be a huge asset for you to actually make it in the electronic music scene, your connections, other DJs, other producers and everything. But I think at the end, it really just comes down to you. You have to like what you make. And if that's the case, you're way better in kind of selling it to the people, make them believe in your music, and also actually kind of like it, appreciate it. I know so many people that do weird experimental music. The world is big enough to find people that have the same taste, no matter how weird it is. As for example, yesterday, that club where they have the lunchboxes and everything, that's really a thing. There are enough weird people to even do this. So there should be also a place for your music. But on the flip side, if you don't believe in it, if you don't like it, it just won't work. It's also the same with trying to find a YouTube channel that promotes your music. If you don't like it, if you don't approach them, if you don't even try because yourself don't think it's good enough, then just go back to your home studio and work on your skills. Once you have good music, everything will be a whole lot easier. Getting there takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of frustration. I can't even, I don't even know how to describe it, but stick to it, do it. If you really love it, you will succeed. I promise you that. Enough me talking. Now me just driving, picking up my girlfriend, playing Zelda a tiny bit. And we will see us tomorrow back again. Don't forget, hashtag FL Studio. I will pick a winner at the end of the week. And hopefully this way helps someone to just start making electronic music. And I hope I helped you with this video to just get a feeling what it takes to, yeah, make it kind of in the electronic music scene. I mean, I'm not a huge superstar DJ, but getting to the point where you can actually make that every single day, it's still a whole lot of effort. I mean, if you're interested in the details, there are more than 600 videos on this channel capturing exactly that every single day, making music and trying to advance as an artist. Not easy, but possible for every single person.
Can't shake the feeling.